Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler platter video series of videos I've been doing for Lamano, where I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm doing another sub review because, damn it, folks, there keep being subs to review. I'm on this perpetual motion device of eating subs and doing reviews. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know that I want to stop it. And that's the freakiest part of this whole damn thing. But anyway, I'm going to eat some stuff. I'm doing it inside the truck. And I'm doing it while wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, what super cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! Wearing my best hamster dad ever shirt. Which, as I mentioned in my video I just got through doing, thanks to my friend Lauren. And my awesome friend Drew, their extremely adorable daughter. Just amazing family. For whatever reason, they decide to slum it around with me every now and again. And they super nice enough to give me this super cool shirt. So, because I love hamsters, folks. I have hamsters. In fact, at the time I'm doing this, I have 7 hamsters. They don't take up a lot of space. I get the small hamsters, too. I get the little ones, the dwarf hamsters, so they're fun. I love them. Occasionally they show up in my videos, typically when I'm in the back room, and then every now and again. So, but anyway, hamsters aside, though I have thought about doing hamster-related videos. Perhaps. What am I doing for y'all today, folks? Well, like I said, I just got through doing a video for a new sub place because I've been doing sub sandwich reviews lately. I, in fact, have an entire playlist called Subs for Subs. We're doing, boom! It's Asti's Italian Deli. I just got through doing a review of their Italian-style sub. Go watch that video. But, as is typically the way I do these, I usually like to get more than just one sub, because not only am I a fat guy, so there's that, but on top of that, there's just the fact that anyone can have a really good or a really bad sub. That can happen. But if I'm trying out 2 of your subs, they, could still be one way or the other, but that's a little bit better sampling size. Plus, folks, they had one that I knew I was going to have to try because what am I trying for y'all? We're doing, boom, it's got an R and a B. That stands for roast beef. Yay! And it's specifically just roast beef, provolone, and mayo. No other frills than that, and folks, I love roast beef. It's one of my, in terms of deli meats, it might be my favorite deli meat. I love it. In fact, I used to get into minor debates with my friend Joe. He's been one of my best friends for years and years now. We would go over there and talk the various ins and outs of the deli meats we enjoyed. I forget which one he was partial to, but I remember mine was always roast beef, and we would go back and forth. Pastrami. Which, to be fair, I love pastrami. Just saying, I'm more roast beef guy. So let's see what the roast beef sandwich has to offer, because at the end of the day, I love a good roast beef. And if you do it right, you're going to make me a very happy person. If you do it wrong, well, fear my wrath. That's all I'm saying. Don't fear my wrath. My wrath it's not worth fearing. I'm in my 30s. My wrath has died down substantially. But anyway, boom! Sandwich! That's a good amount of beef, folks. It's a good amount of beef. Now, I won't mention this. I mentioned in my previous one with the Italian. It's a 6-inch sub. Does seem a bit small. I'm not saying it's small, but it does seem a little bit smaller than some of the other places. Just saying. But I gotta admit, this looks really good. I got it with everything, so tomatoes and lettuce. The only thing I omitted was onions, because I'm just not an onions guy. And I could go over there and include the onions and have the full everything experience, and sometimes I do that. But not for roast beef, man. Roast beef it's roast beef. So let's give it a shot. Hopefully it's delicious. is a good roast beef sandwich. I like this a lot. So here's the thing with a roast beef sandwich. A lot of times, if I'm on my lunch break from work, I go hit up a 7-Eleven. And since I work late, not a lot of good options available for me at that time of night. So usually I'll get one of their cold sandwiches. Usually I will get their roast beef. Now, it's fine for what it is, but at the end of the day, it's, freaking 7-Eleven roast beef sandwich. It's not going to be great. It has this very sort of homogenous taste to it. And it's not spectacular. It's not horrible. I'll say that, it's not horrible. But this is what an actual roast beef is supposed to taste like. You're tasting it doesn't taste homogenous. You taste every individual element, and everything that's there is really good. The beef is fantastic. It tastes very fresh. The thing with roast beef is it's not as punchy as some of the other deli meats, as a pastrami would be. It's a little bit more subtle than that. But you still get the beefy flavor. And it's just this, like, for me, I don't know, it's just this very, very, not subtle. It's this very just sort of rich and savory kind of taste to it, but it's not overwhelming. It's not trying to go, it's definitely still center stage, but it's a little bit more held back. It's a little bit more confident in itself. It doesn't have to be as loud. This tastes like good roast beef. Then you've got the veggies, which all taste fresh. I actually really like tomato in a roast beef. I think it's a nice thing to have in. I mentioned this in the Italian one. The cheese actually is really good too. About the only thing that's a little bit underrepresented, in my opinion, is the mayo. It's not bad tasting mayo. I just think could have done a little bit more with it. And that was actually something that I had with the Italian style dressing. I think they could have used a little bit more Italian style dressing. Similar with the mayo. I think they could have done and obviously that's just going to be your personal opinion. Now the thing is, with the Italian style dressing, it was a bigger deal because for me that's more of a critical aspect. Whereas with mayo, I could take it or leave it on a roast beef. So, that's so good. Yeah, I'm down for this. Even the bread tastes really good too. Now, all that said, folks, oh, that's good. That roast beef taste is fantastic. So, all those things said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it to people? Would I get it again? Yes, I would. Now, here's the thing. With the Italian sub, I liked it. Go watch a little, video, but I enjoyed the Italian sub. But I did ultimately decide that probably wouldn't be something that I would go back for personally, because at the end of the day, there are just places around me that are a little bit closer where I feel like their Italian subs are just a little bit better. With this, I'm not going to say it's the best, roast beef sub that I've ever had, but it's a very solid roast beef sub. It does exactly what I want a roast beef sub to do. Like I said, maybe a little bit more on the mayo, but that's really my only criticism to it. So it is something where if I decide to go back to the location, which I fully intend to do at some point in time in the future, maybe I'll do a review of some stuff, I could see wanting a roast beef from there and just being like, I want a roast beef on top of whatever else I'm getting. Because this is something where roast beef, it's one of those sandwiches. It holds really well. So I could go over there, get one, put it in the fridge when I get home, have it for work later that night. It's delicious. It's filling, and it's not going to get any worse because it sat in my fridge for a little while. So I could 100% see myself getting this again. You did a damn fine job on your roast beef, Asti. Seriously. I like this a lot. And I'm a guy, like I said, I like your roast beef. Again, it's not the greatest roast beef I've ever had, but it's exactly what I want from roast beef. So, as to whether or not I would recommend it, of course I would. You just heard me go over there and fawn over it for a while. Like I said, I mean, there are, potentially better roast beef sandwiches out there. But man, like I said, it's hard to knock that one. It just did everything it was supposed to do. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of months, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly roast beef-tastic rest of your life as the lettuce tries to escape. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to go over there, bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. It's hard to do this while, there we go. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, folks, even with delicious roast beef sandwiches out there. But when we find ourselves, missing our delicious roast beef sandwiches, maybe they'll frustrate us, maybe be a little bit upset. We might be a little bit willing to go over there and be an asshole about stuff. But it's important, folks, you'll get another roast beef sandwich. It's going to happen. It's important we take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to see this video and you're going to go over there and you're going to be like, you know what, Brandon? There's this awesome roast beef spot that happens to be near me, and it's wonderful and it's fantastic, and you've got to come and try it. I'd be like, okay, maybe that's a thing I could do. But I live in Ecuador. I don't know why Ecuador is like my go-to thing. I know almost nothing about Ecuador or anything. It's just for whatever reason, my brain is like, that's a country. It is. So, okay, well, now you got this awesome roast beef place, but it's all the way in Ecuador, but maybe it turns out that you're some sort of crazy, billionaire via philanthropy and good things, not like douchebaggy stuff. Go over there, offer to fly me out. Go over there, have roast beef. We all have a good time. I may or I may not end up being hunted by other billionaires. I mean, let's be honest. I'll just say this. If you're going to try and hunt me, I'm not going to be a good hunt. I got a bad knee and asthma, folks. You could give me a 10-minute head start. I'm just going to chill because I'm not. That 10 minutes would be wasted on me. All I would do is be not that far ahead and, sweaty and very unhappy and panting a lot. But hunting me aside, or conversely, you could not hunt people, I would suggest that first and foremost. But maybe just go ahead and look around and see if you have a really good roast beef spot. Because damn it, folks, roast beef is good. Bye.